quickly wanted to showcase Pebble because she's so beautifully lit right now. Or I mean backlit, because she's a cute little black cat. But isn't this beautiful? Hello, I'm Jennifer and welcome to my library. I'm a chaotic neutral mechanical engineer who's really into permaculture and wants to talk about books. Let's talk about books. Today we are going to do a check-in, a quarterly check-in on my reading goals. I have done a first quarter check-in and now we're at the halfway point. I have done the fun bit of the halfway point of the year in doing the mid-year book freakout tag, and now it is time to get down to business and check in with my goals. My first goal was to read more from the books on my shelf and from thrift stores, with the thought that that could be 35 to 40%. And I feel like I'm not doing super well right now, although there are a lot of books that I have not logged, so give me one moment. See, the thing is, I didn't want to lose the sunlight, but I haven't done any of my stats. So we're gonna do it live. I have read 65 books so far. That does not include this giant stack of children's books, and I'm not entirely sure how to count these. So let's just not for now and see how the goal is doing. So let's go through the books that I've read and note whether or not they were from my shelves or from thrift stores. I'm also going to count library discard because that's basically a thrift store in my opinion. Sheets by Brenna Thumler. That is from the library, so that does not count. Volume 8 of Flying Witch, also from the library, so that does not count. Strange Interlude, public domain, access through the internet, so that does not count. Dark Princess, also public domain, so does not count. A Bitter Magic, I did purchase. Foundation by Isaac Asimov, does not count. Frieren, does not count. A Misfortune, does not count. Necessary Trouble, does not count. Project Hail Mary, nope. Berserk, Volume 6, nope. Black Hole Survival Guide, nope. Have I Fallen Off the Wagon? Yes. Flying Witch Volume 7, nope. Frieren Volume 1, nope. Monstrous Devices, Demons of the Shadow Realm, Berserk Volume 5. Teaching a Stone to Talk. I also purchased this one. The two that I've purchased are kind of cheats because I bought them this year to read this year. So, you know. The Factory. Nope. Are You My Mother? That is a yes. That is a yes. I got that from a thrift store. The Gas We Pass, The Story of Farts is also a yes. Flying Witch of Volume 6 is a no. The Dot in the Line is kind of a yes. So I'm just going to keep track that 3 of my yeses so far are also kind of no's. Second Stage Lensman is a yes. Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator is a yes. Witch Hat Atelier Volume 11 is a no. The Radleys is a yes. Mr. Moe's Traveling Couch is a yes. Between the World and Me is a yes. The Good Earth is a yes. Much Ado About Betty is a no. The Order of Time is a no. Red Mars is a yes. Helgoland is a no. Samari and the Guardian of the Forest, Volume 5, I think is a no. Reality Is Not What It Seems is a no. The Sea Wolf is a yes. The Hoodoo is a no. Rental Person Who Does Nothing is a no. A Wild Swan is a yes. Berserk Volume 4 is a no. Spy Family is a no. A Room of One's Own is a yes. Haiku is a yes. Samari and the Guardian of the Forest, Volume 4, I think, is a no. Another Samari and the Guardian of the Forest. Parable of the Sower is a no. Berserk Volume 3 is a no. Black Swans is a no. The Hot Zone is a yes. The Virgin Suicides is a yes. The Geography of Nowhere is a no. Berserk Volume 2 is a no. Pluto Volume 1 and 2 are both yeses. Spy Family is a no. There Is No Dog is a no. Cardcaptor Sakura is a no. Every Falling Star is a no. Sign of Affection is a no. Berserk Volume 1 is a no. Across the River and Into the Trees is a yes. Sparks Like Stars is a no. Earthlings is a yes. The Gift of the Deer is a yes. 43 is no. And 23 is yes. 65, I added one in somewhere. Let's just say 23 out of 65 and cheat a little bit. 35%, and my goal was 35 to 40%. Nailing it. Hell yeah. I really need to read some of my own books now, though. And 3 of those are kind of cheating because, again, I purchased them this year very specifically. My second goal was to read more sci-fi. Maybe like 2 a month. Which, looking back on it, is a lofty goal in my opinion now. But let's see about how many science fiction books I read so far this year. I read Mars. Parable of the Sower, I also read. Does Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator count? The answer is no, but they do go to space, so. Second Stage Lensman definitely counts. Monstrous Devices is about like little golem toy robots, so that doesn't count. I read some actual science books with Black Hole Survival Guide and those books by Carlo Rovelli, but those are not fiction, so that doesn't count. Project Hail Mary definitely counts. And I read Foundation. I think that's it. Kind of light on sci-fi this year. I do have intentions of reading more sci-fi. I am currently in about halfway through a Star Trek book, so that'll go for another one. But so far I'm 5 for 6 months, so behind the science fiction goal, for sure. I had a goal of reading more old and obscure books, like books in the public domain. So far I have read or accessed 4 books through the public domain explicitly, so I feel good about that. I read 2 books that were released into the public domain in the United States this year, and those were Dark Princess by W.E.B. Du Bois and Strange Interlude by Eugene O'Neill. Additionally, for older books, I read Second Stage Lensman, which I think was 1950s. I read The Good Earth, which is also an older book. That was from 1931, which is actually older than I thought. And I read some public domain plays. I read Much Ado About Betty by Walter Ben Hare, and I also read The Hoodoo by Walter Ben Hare. So I think I am reading older and slightly more obscure works, so I feel good about this goal. And then lastly, for the reading portion, I wanted to maintain variety. And I think this is probably the goal that I'm doing the best at. I read 4 completely random selected books from my library, so that was definitely variety. I have read more plays than I've read in recent years this year. I've read 3 plays so far. I've read classics, manga, way more manga than ever before. I've just read a bunch of children's picture books, and then fiction, non-fiction. I read those physics books and stuff as well. So I think my breadth and variety of reading has really excelled this year compared to other years. Then for my video and YouTube goals, I had a goal of posting a video at least once per week, and I have maintained this goal. I'm very proud of myself for really being consistent and setting up a system so that I can be consistent throughout the whole year. I also wanted to balance videos to attract new people and then have a handful to have a good time with the people that are already here. I'm not sure if I'm achieving this goal because I have definitely been struggling with the recent videos in attracting new people, and I don't actually know if I'm catching the people that are already subscribed because I'm not getting great engagement either. So I have been putting more effort into thumbnails because I think that's quite important, and I have been trying a little bit harder for a good title as well. So I'm paying more attention to those kind of marketing aspects because I think the videos are good. If anything, I'm a little too chatty. And I do speak kind of slow sometimes. I recognize this, but you know, I might be sleepy. It happens. I am paying attention to that. But as for videos that I think are inventive and fun and new and that I think will attract people, I've definitely been trying out some new ideas on that front. For more of like the tips and tricks, I just haven't been having that many ideas recently for tip type videos. I'm kind of out of ideas for that. So please, if you would like tips on how to do something reading wise, I would really accept that. You know, the other thing that I was thinking is doing a entire video about accessing free short stories from literary journals and stuff like that. So I should probably do that because I've never seen a video about that. I don't think ever. I also wanted to do more reading around video ideas without necessarily reading all of the popular things. And again, I think I've done a really good job on this one. I did the math and physics based reading vlog. I did reading. Ooh, a mockingbird has landed in my garden. Ah! Oh my gosh. Ooh, is it gonna eat things? Sorry. I'm just thrilled to see things that are alive out there. So I did that math and physics based reading. I've done 2 reading your manga suggestions videos now. I've done a vlog all about reading the plays that my great grandmother was in. I've definitely been feeling a lot of enthusiasm and inspiration around themed reading vlogs. Reading completely random books from my library. I'm doing one where I'm reading all children's books. I'm also doing one where I'm reading like some of the most recommended graphic novels. And I've been, again, really enjoying how the channel and its ideas are affecting my reading because I think it's helping broaden my experience in a way that I really enjoy compared to the impact that I can imagine and have seen and have felt before on my reading myself that this channel could have. And I also know that being on BookTube can really affect your self-perception. You feel this intense need to read as many books as possible. I'm still loving this. I'm still having such a great time with this. So I'm not gonna sweat it. The next goal was photographing books in the spring and summer, and baby, I took some photos. So I have been photographing books. I have not in recent weeks, but I'll pop up a few of the photographs that I've taken of books. I got so excited, so inspired, and I took a handful of photos, and then genuinely recently on my weekends when I have the time when there's enough daylight to take photos of books. I've really been just wanting to read only. So I just haven't been doing it recently, but you know, I've done it. I've achieved the goal, okay? I took some photos, and I would like to take more of some of the books that I've read this year, but I'm not going to put that much pressure on myself for it. So, this stack of books, I thought, these are all the children's books that I've recently got from the library discards. Okay, can I talk about this book real quick? This, After the Fall, I got emotional reading this book. The drama in this book, the art style is amazing. So anyway, I highly, highly recommend this as a children's book. I thought it was amazing. I also really liked Tacky the Penguin. So, you know how at the end of my videos, like last year, I would give like book recommendations? Wouldn't it be so fun to do that, but maybe just with the children's books that I have? Because I have a stack of children's books on my legs right now for some reason. Ask me for a very specific book recommendation. I am picking between only children's picture books. Let's try all of them. One, I hand fed it, and it's recommend me a book if I'm feeling unconfident on the playground. And so for that one, I'm going to recommend Tacky the Penguin because this is about a tacky little penguin, and all of the other penguin friends are all super prim and proper, and they have names like Perfect and like Elegant or whatever, and Tacky is Tacky. He's confident in his own little way, and he saves the day. So the next is recommend me a book if I love adventures in space, and we have a perfect one for this. And that is Regards to the Man in the Moon by Ezra Jack Keats. All about these kids who, out of a pile of junk, build a little imagination space station. They make their little rocket ship and they explore space together. So that's what I'd recommend for that one. Recommend me a book if I'm curious about different animals around the world. So I'm going to recommend Cool Time Song. This book features a lot of like safari animals like giraffes and zebras and lions and stuff like that. So I'd recommend this one. The artwork is very, very cool. This, for some reason, the cover to me looks so cheesy, and it kind of looks to me like one of my friends when I was growing up was a Jehovah's Witness, and I was not, and she would like have me help distribute like pamphlets and stuff for her, and this really reminds me of like Jehovah's Witness art, which I actually really like. I find it kind of comforting. But anyway, this book, that is such a weird aside, this book is what I recommend for a kid who wants to learn more about animals. I would also recommend Tidal Pools because this goes into marine life like starfish and crabs, anemones and stuff like that. Recommend me a book if I want to learn about being kind to others. For being kind to others, I recommend The Hating Book by Charlotte Zolotow. And this is about a little girl, who is having a problem with her best friend. They're both giving each other the cold shoulder, they're not getting along, and neither of them really knows why. They're just like slighting each other every day, and our main girl is like really upset about it, and she keeps talking to her mom, and her mom is just like, ask her why. And in the end, they talk it out. They just talk it out, and then they're fine. Number 5 is recommend me a book if I'm nervous about starting school. And oh my god, wouldn't you know, I do also have the perfect book for this. And that's ¿Qué estás haciendo? And this is about a little boy who has to start school and he's not excited about it. And he ends up going around, all around town, and he asks all of these people, what are you doing? And all of them are reading various things. And he says, why? And they explain to him why. And so at the end, he goes to school and the teacher hands him a book. And he is excited about learning how to read because he's had so many examples in his real life of people reading around him for various reasons. So that's my impromptu little recommendation section of this video. I hope you enjoyed that. And that has been my quarterly update. We're at half of the year and I'm still happy with what my goals are. I am very happy with how I've been approaching the year so far. I think the last goal that I had was to reach 500 subscribers by the end of the year, and I think I'm at 462. We had a period of time where I was like really super growing, at least compared to what I had been, right? And I thought, wow, I'm gonna reach my goal so much sooner than I thought. And now we've hit a plateau. And so if you enjoyed this video, please consider sharing it with a friend who you think would also enjoy it. Consider liking and subscribing. And I will be back again soon.